it's very fitting for something like that to happen on a day like this.
Today was Equality Day at the Nevada legislature, and 2 bills successfully passed the Senate floor that would aim to provide helpful resources to the LGBT community. Reaction from lawmakers, both for and against these bills, tops Channel 2 News at 5 o'clock. Well, the first bill that passed the Senate floor would ban the practice of conversion therapy for LGBT youth under the age of 18. Good evening, I'm Kristen Remington.
And I'm Landon Miller. Thank you for joining us tonight. And then the other bill would require specialized training for foster parents of an LGBT child. Ryan Kennedy was at today's vote and joins us live in the studio with more. So, Ryan, was there a lot of support for these bills?
You know, there really was, Landon. These 2 bills each received bipartisan support, collecting a number of yes votes from Republican lawmakers. Democrats who sponsored the bills say they weren't surprised by the vote count, calling today a huge success.
The devastating consequences of conversion therapy are well documented.
Today, Democratic Senator David Parks presented his bill, SB 201, to the Nevada Senate. And after a majority of the lawmakers voted 15-5 in favor of banning conversion therapy, Parks expressed his pleasure with the support.
Very pleased to see that it got passed. People who are in the medical field generally don't practice it, but there are some organizations that do continue to practice, and this is to address that.
This bill would prohibit mental health professionals from providing sexual orientation or gender identity therapy to a person under the age of 18 who identifies with the LGBT community. And while not all Republicans were in support of the bill, some still say they're no way in favor of this medical practice.
I think it's a despicable practice, and I certainly don't support it. I wasn't convinced that there are adequate protections for a youth who may have an adult mentor to be able to ask questions in a safe place where they could feel safe.
Many Senate Republicans were, however, in favor of another equality-based bill.
As a father and as a Christian, I urge a yes vote on this bill.
Following a majority vote of 18-2 in favor of AB 99, this bill would create training requirements for foster parents of an LGBT child. Republican Scott Hammond is a parent of 3 adopted children himself and says it's an obligation for every child, no matter sexual orientation, to go to a home with understanding parents.
As a child, I would imagine you want to go to a family that understands who you are ahead of time. That's what this bill does. It gives a little bit more understanding, gives more training to foster care parents.
So now AB 99 will be sent back to the Assembly for enrollment and then will go to the governor's office. If passed, these trainings for foster parents could be placed into the budget by next year. The Senate bill now goes to the Assembly for approval. Covering the 2017 legislature, live in the studio, Ryan Kennedy, Channel 2 News.